Beat making basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe as well as give me a thumbs up because it helps the channel and a whole lot of other things. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, what we're going to be doing today is going over how to make trap melodies. I'm going to be giving you some simple tips that you could use to apply to, melody creation in general, but specifically for trap beats. So let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up a sound bank called Omnisphere. First thing when it comes to actually making trap melodies or just melodies in general is going to be sound selection. All right, so if you haven't invested in some solid, good, like industry standard sounds, that could be like one of the best ways to improve your melodies is actually to go ahead and invest in a sound bank. If you can't afford Omnisphere, they have other dope sound banks and VSTs. They have certain things that you can grab online, and I would just recommend going ahead and doing that, like grabbing some high quality sounds. Now, I actually, as you saw in one of the other videos, I got this preset bank from Superstar O. Has a lot of dope presets. I'll say this: one of the some go-to sounds that actually makes some dope trap melodies would be number one, bells. You can't really go wrong if you use a bell in your trap melodies, and then also like plucks and sometimes even pads. All right, so we're gonna start off with a bell, and I'm just gonna show you how simple. Like when you start creating with like a bell, that's gonna really, make it super simple to make melodies. So what I'm gonna do is, if you push the letter P on your keyboard, it's gonna open up your piano roll, and then you can actually come in here and either create in the piano roll or the step sequencer. Now for this tutorial, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the step sequencer, and then we'll also go in here to the piano roll. Now with the step sequencer, it's pretty dope. Actually, if you go over here to the top where you have your transport window and everything like that, you can actually change the key. So like say if I wanted to go to A minor, if I close that and open that up again, it should be an A minor now. So let's start off with a basic melody. We'll do a 4-bar loop. And what you could do here is just start off with either doing every other note, just like hitting a note somewhere on this grid, every other note, or you could kind of space it out. So let's just try every other note. We'll start with A. And literally, since this is all the way in the key of A minor, I can click on any of these and it's literally going to work for me. So we're doing every other note. Now let's listen to that. It might sound whack, but we can always move these notes around, or it might sound fire. So that's the coolest part about this. You could come up with something, and then you can always, move the notes around. All right, cool. So just by actually moving these notes around, I was able to sound out like a pretty dope pattern. And one of the another key things to keep in mind is to keep things simple. Like you don't need to try to do too much on your patterns. Now this pattern is actually kind of low. What I want to do is I'm coming over here to function. I'm just going to push 1 up for octave, and it's going to push this up an octave. All right, cool. So we got a cool beginning to a dope melody, but one thing you want to do is a concept called layering. And layering is basically where you're gonna just basically be adding more sounds that will work together, and it's gonna create a different layer to this. A lot of times when you layer, you won't change up the notes. You'll just change up like the instrument, but you could also layer and change out the notes as well. So let me just go ahead and we're gonna open up another software instrument track. We'll keep on going with Omnisphere here, and I'm gonna go over here. This time I'm gonna go with some plucks. Like I told you, sound selection is pretty key here, and like when you go with like plucks and different things like that, those make good trap melodies. All right, cool. So we're gonna go with that pluck right there. And I'm gonna push the letter P again. And this time we're gonna actually use the piano roll to draw our notes in. If you hold down Command, that's gonna pull up this pencil, and then I can click anywhere on this grid and create notes. So another thing you want to do is you would just keep on playing this over and over again and add a note each, like after you play it, add a note, then play it again, add a note, move the note around, and this kind of helps to kind of keep on playing it to hear what you're doing. All right, cool. So we have a basic pattern here. This is going to be our layer, and I'm just going to push Command R, and that's just going to pretty much double that and move that on over. And I can just turn this down some, and that can kind of be in the background. All right, cool. So we have a pretty dope pattern going. I'm actually going to name this. I'm going to say Bell, and then I'm going to say Pluck. And, well, if I could spell it, let's see here. Pluck. There you go. Next thing I would say is for every like melody that you're doing, you want to start off with like some type of lighter sounds, and then add like a lower sound, like some type of bass instrument. So that's what we'll do next. I'm just gonna go ahead and create another software instrument track, and we're looking for like a dope bass. Okay. I'll let y'all see what we're doing here. All right, cool. So we're just gonna do that, lay that pattern around for the bass. Next, we're just gonna go ahead and quantize everything. I always want that first note to be at 100% strength, and then I can always like take the rest of the notes down a little bit. What that's going to do is solidify the loop, and then also make sure it doesn't sound so much like computer generated. So let's just check it out. All right, cool. So pretty much this could work for a melody here, but I'm gonna go ahead and add one more sound, and then I'm gonna show you what we could do to actually make this ready for be turned into a beat. So I'm gonna make one more sound, add one more sound to this, and another sound that's really sounds good in samples when it comes to like trap or in just in general is flutes. So I'm actually gonna come over here and we're gonna find a dope flute sound, and I'm gonna add that into the mix here. All right, so that's cool. We're gonna just do this flute. And as you can see here, keeping things simple works. I'm just gonna do that. Highlight everything. Again, the first note, that's really going to be 100. And then everything else, you can just hold down shift to turn that one off, and then you can just take the strength down some. Cool. So now that we have our basic melody here, what I want to do, even though it's a loop, I kind of want to go ahead and arrange it into, I'm not going to say song format, but you're going to want to arrange it. So I'm going to push Command R, put it out about 4 times. That should be fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off simple and start building my way up. So we'd start off like this. Just have these. Actually, I can even extend it even more if I wanted to. And by the way, I'm just holding down Control and pushing M to mute this stuff in the workspace window for the people who are new. So the sample will start off like this. Okay, and I'm just giving different vibes on this sample, basically. Like, say, if I use it or if I give it to another producer, they can come over here and chop this sample up. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just push Command A to highlight everything. And then what I want to do is right click. And what this is going to do is give me these options right here. And then I can click on Bounce in Place. And what Bounce in Place is going to do is basically bounce down all 4 of these tracks and turn them into audio. So I'm going to say Trap, Sample. Under source, you can choose to mute these. You can choose to leave these the same or leave these, unmuted and everything is fine. Or you can delete them. I'm just going to say mute. Normalize, I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. All right, bet. So now we have our full trap sample. The next thing I would say to do on this is to add some plugins. Okay, so you can come over here and there's been a plugin that's been kind of my go-to. It's Melodies plugin. So I'm gonna actually load that, and we're gonna come to the middle of this sample, and I'm gonna play around with some of the presets on this and see if we can't even take this sample up to another notch more. So like for a sample pack, I could deliver this same sample several different times with different effects on it if I wanted to. That's one sample that would be hard. I can turn it off and it's a whole nother sample. So little things you could do here. And this is actually one of my secrets right here. Crunchy downshift is a preset within this Melodies plugin, and this actually makes your sample sound pretty dope. So let's check this out. You can start it even from the beginning. That's another thing. You can come over here and actually adjust these templates too. We're gonna keep on looking around though. That could even work. So yeah, I mean, there's so many possibilities just by using one plugin here. So we'll keep it simple. We're not going to overdo it on this. And then I'm also going to put this vinyl plugin on here. It's by Isotope. There's other vinyl plugins you could use as well, but we're going to put this on here. Turn this wear off and this dust off, and turn this warp up just a little bit. Okay, so let's just say we got all the plugins on here that we want. I kind of like, not overdoing it on the plugins on the sample, because obviously, kind of takes away the fun of, somebody else being able to flip it. So I don't overdo it on the processing. So we got this basic sample here. It's ready to go. At this point, I can drag it into the quick sampler, and I can turn this into a beat easily. I can go to classic mode. I can come over here and do the follow tempo, and it's gonna lock it in place with the BPM. And then I can come over here and maybe adjust these markers Let's see what that sounds like. All right, bet. So like now I can come over here and play these at different parts, like octaves and stuff like that on the keyboard. And this is a original sample here. Now I can also do some cool things like reverse it. Let's come in here a little bit more. Just hold down Option and scroll left or right on your keypad or your mouse. And a cool thing too, like if you want this to loop, you can turn this on here and it will loop for you automatically. You just turn these loop points right where it needs to be. And then just as a demonstration, we're just gonna make a quick little beat. Okay, and then we have this sample in here. We got a quick little beat we're gonna cook up real quick. And I can just keep on coming over here and we can just start easily creating. I'm just gonna do it like a little quick hi-hat pattern. And literally, I can come over here now. But yeah, man, that's pretty much today's tutorial. How to make trap melodies, the ultimate guide, man. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, man, let me know in the comments. Also, please go to my site, beatmakingbasics.com. I have a lot of different goodies and specials for y'all, okay? Check this out. I have my Logic Pro 10 course that's going crazy, all right? A lot of people are getting it and liking it. I'm basically going thorough in the beat making process in Logic Pro 10. And as an added bonus, if you grab beat making in Logic Pro 10, I'm gonna give you a free sample pack. I mean, it's a crazy deal. Just go to my site, download the pack, and download the beat making in Logic Pro 10.5, and you'll also get a free sample pack with that. We also have a lot of other goodies on the site as well, and we're doing our 100K giveaway. So like on our journey to 100,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away some dope prizes at different milestones. If you haven't got your ticket yet, you're going to want to do that because I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. Okay, we have our first milestone coming up which is 10,000 subscribers. Okay, so at 10,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a pair of brand new studio grade headphones that you can use. One lucky subscriber is going to get that. And all you got to do is be a subscriber and go to my site, beatmakingbasis.com, download the subscriber bundle pack. It's only $5. It's going to give you a couple of samples as well as a couple of tutorials. So it's going to double down as entry into this 100K giveaway, as well as, give you a taste of what we got going on the site. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video. And make sure you go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like today's content, man. Appreciate you. We're out.